Welcome to another episode of TE
Destinations.
Destinations. And what we're going to be doing today is the Aventine Hill, enjoying some of the spectacular views, and then we're going to have lunch in Testaccio. Andiamo! It's great to start our day with some breakfast, invigorating conversation with John, and a view of the Palace of the Emperors in the background. One of the best things about the Aventine Hill is its views. From here, you can see that there is a valley that housed the great Circus Maximus. Giuseppe Mazzini greets us as we climb up the hill, passing through the famous Rose Garden of Rome. Did you know that on the slopes of the Aventine, there was once a Jewish cemetery here? After it was moved, the roses were planted in the shape of a grand menorah in memory of what was once there. The Rocca Savella was actually an original ancient road where the Savella family built a fortress to control it and demand toll payments if you wanted to get up the hill. That's how many noble baron families became rich during the Middle Ages. Omnium serum vicitudo est. There are changes in all things. The Savelli Fortress is now a park filled with orange trees and umbrella pines and easily has one of the top 10 best views of the city. John has a fascinating rich history connected to Rome, and it is always a great pleasure to talk with him. Did you catch St. Peter's Dome in the background? So, John is going to tell us a little bit about Santa Sabina today.
The Aventine Hill, for me, is like going back in time. And when you enter the church of Santa Sabina, it looks basically the way you would have seen it had you come here 1,700 years ago when it was built. It was built partially over and using the remains of the temple of Juno, the goddess Juno, and this showed the triumph of Christianity over the pagans. St. Sabina is quite impressive at 200 feet long. In its elegant simplicity, I think you could call it majestic. It's been the mother church of the Dominicans since 1222, and you can still visit the cell of St. Dominic himself. The wooden doors are one of a kind in the world. They're from the 5th century and are considered the oldest Christian wood sculpture art. And they include the first public depiction of the crucifixion.
And you can see one of the columns of the ancient pagan temple.
You can see a lot of them that were reused into the church, but you can see the one that's below the level that shows you the level that the old pagan temple was. Most of the original mosaics are missing, but the big one over the entrance door is from the year it was made. That's how it can be dated to 432 AD.
Wow.
And still one of the only churches with selenite windows instead of glass because it didn't have glass.
It is said that St. Dominic planted this orange tree over 800 years ago. Once known in ancient times as the Hill of the Plebs, things have changed greatly. The Aventine is considered one of the poshest places to live. And now for a special surprise. The famous door looking into the gardens of the Knights of Malta. Why are people lining up to look at it? Let's go and find out. We go down to the base of the Aventine to take a look at the area where the ancient port once was. Rome was a city of over 1 million people, so how were they fed? Let's go to the famous Testaccio area to find out. Much of what the Romans ate was imported in with amphora, grain, wine, olive oil, and other commodities in these terracotta jugs. Monte Testaccio is simply made up of a little mountain of terracotta shards from these thrown away amphoras. And now, time for lunch at the fancy restaurant Da Felice. Its specialty is cacio e pepe, which is a bit too heavy for the hot weather. We opt for something a little more of a light summer fare. Say goodbye to John and head out to the famous unimpeded ruins of the baths of Caracalla. Rome had over 7 massive public baths, and out of all of them, the baths of Caracalla were the most richly decorated. Over 6,000 people would come here daily to work out, lounge in the sun decks, get massaged by their slaves, and steam up in the steam rooms, and then cool off in the swimming pool. I wouldn't mind taking a swim right now. Imagine being in a setting of extremely rich decoration and beauty to inspire you to exercise, relax, and show off your slave retinue who would look after your things in the locker room. A time that was also used to meet up with friends or work on business deals. At around 6 p.m., it's perfect to get a reward of some cocktails with friends. Anybody in the mood for a raspberry spritz?
Thanks for watching our video. Please remember to comment, share, like, subscribe, and click on the bell to be notified whenever we have new content uploaded. And please remember to hold out for our next series, Season 2, going into Venice, Florence, Naples, the Amalfi Coast, and much more.